Hey, it's Kim, and every time I think Kevin Federline can't go any lower, he has to go and prove me wrong. So yesterday we found out that Mr. Popo Zhao sat down for an interview to discuss his ex-wife and breadwinner, Britney Spears, in which he spoke about their children distancing themselves from their mother and defended Jamie Spears. So before I go any further, I just want to say any issue like this that revolves around a divorce and custody and kids, I am always firmly placed in the team kids section. Kids should come first. They are the most important. And honestly, I think overall, Britney and Kevin have kind of maneuvered that road pretty well up until this point. But what happened yesterday, in my opinion, is gross, and I have difficulty believing anything that is coming out of Kevin's mouth. For example, I don't understand why Kevin is defending Jamie Spears. Kevin actually filed a restraining order against Jamie Spears in 2019 after an altercation between Jamie and Sean Preston, Britney's oldest son. Sean Preston was so afraid of Jamie, he had locked himself in a room to escape him. Jamie Spears then broke into the room and shook Sean Preston. Britney had removed them from Jamie's presence for safety, and Jamie Spears was not allowed near either of her sons for 3 years. So I have serious questions here. Why is Kevin defending Jamie Spears when Jamie Spears was abusive towards Sean Preston? Like, this looks really weird, right? This looks kind of shady. I've seen a lot of talk in the Britney community over the past day or so about Kevin and his motivations for this interview, and a lot of people believe that it is likely financially motivated. Kevin has not been very active in his career over the last number of years, and Britney over the last number of years has also paid him millions of dollars in child support. But that child support is going to be coming to an end once the boys turn 18, which is not too far off. There also have been questions swirling for years about Kevin's involvement in the creation of the conservatorship. There have been allegations that the children were used regularly to blackmail Britney into submission during the conservatorship. And some of those allegations are actually based in court documents. Every day of this conservatorship, Kevin Federline has benefited financially, and those benefits have come directly from Jamie Spears. My gut feeling is that Kevin has been involved in this conservatorship more than we know, and as it gets unraveled, we're going to find out more. Again, that is my gut feeling, that is an opinion. I don't have any evidence of that at this time, but I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if it was true. Kevin Federline has also never been liked by the media, or by Britney's fans. He's been widely regarded as a user from the day that Britney met him. So Kevin doing this interview for attention or money is definitely not a cute look. The timing is also really suspicious considering Jamie Spears is supposed to be sitting down in the next few days for his deposition. Again, I said a few weeks ago that we're likely going to be seeing distractions when it comes around the court dates and the conservatorship. I said we would see media stories about everything but Jamie Spears and Lou Taylor. We would see it about everything else Britney related, and a lot of them would likely be stories about making us question whether or not the conservatorship was actually necessary, as well as questioning Britney's ability to be able to pick people to stay in her life. So in my opinion, this interview is unnecessary, stupid, and nothing but a distraction. But I think what was really interesting about this story was what happened after. Sam Asghari had feelings, and boy did he let them out. To clarify, my wife has never posted a nude selfie except of her butt, which is quite modest these days. All other posts were implied nudity, which can be seen in any ad for lotion or soap. There is no validity to his statement regarding the kids distancing themselves, and it's irresponsible to make that statement publicly. The boys are very smart, and will soon be 18, soon to make their own decisions, and may eventually realize the tough part was having a father who hasn't worked much in over 15 years as a role model. Kevin's gravy train will end soon, which probably explains the timing of these hurtful statements. I do not know him personally, and I have nothing against him, aside him choosing to vilify my wife. His character is revealed by his approval of the cruel 13-year conservatorship, and his loyalty to Jamie indicates his approval at the time of its conception as well. Things that are now considered normal issues and behavior easily dealt with therapy or other ways were magnified to justify a 13-year prison sentence. Anyone approving of it is wrong or benefiting from it somehow. I will not comment on this matter again, except to say, I have a job. Then he came on later and said this. I wish him the best and hope he has a more positive outlook in the future for benefit of all involved. But for now, Keep my wife's name out your mouth. Oh, we love to see it. We love to see it. Sam woke up and chose violence, and I love every second of it. Britney also responded. It saddens me to hear my ex-husband has decided to discuss the relationship between me and my children. As we all know, raising teenage boys is never easy for anyone, and it concerns me the fact that the reason it is based on my Instagram. It was long before Instagram. I gave them everything. Only one word: hurtful. I'll say it. My mother told me, you should give them to their dad. I'm sharing this because I can. Have a good day, folks. Britney also posted on her Instagram later, and she talked a bit about that the trauma that she experienced affects her boys as well. She criticized the interview and talked again about how she didn't have any money, but how frustrated she was with the whole situation. And she closed the Instagram post with this. During my conservatorship, I was controlled and monitored for nearly 15 years. I needed permission to just take Tylenol. I should embark on doing way more than going topless on the beach like a baby. I'm not surprised that, just as my family did their share of interviews, they will too. I'm not surprised with their behavior and their approach to what I've had to deal with. This whole thing is so ridiculous, and honestly, I feel so bad for Britney's kids being stuck in the middle of this mess. As always, all my love to Britney and Sam, and I have to say, it's really nice to actually see a man sticking up for Britney for once, because we certainly haven't seen her father sticking up for her. We didn't see it with Justin, we didn't see it with Kevin, and we certainly didn't see it with Jason when he signed on to be a co-conservator. In closing, I just want to say, Jamie Spears' last lawyer went on the record saying that she had never seen anyone get out of a conservatorship. And Britney did. And part of the reason that Britney got out of that conservatorship was because Britney has a lot of support behind her. She has an army. And this army has seen Kevin Federline benefit off of Britney's trauma and entrapment for years. We saw through him at the very beginning, and if he thinks that this interview is going to make people like him more or win people over, he's an idiot. The Britney army is powerful. Now, I am not saying that we need to be doxing or harassing or bullying or anything of that sort whatsoever, because the fact is, we don't need to, because we have the facts on our side. We have the court documents on our side. That's why we had a movement in the first place, and everything will come out into the light. Anyway, that's it. Much love. Bye.